Good evening, everyone. Om Shanti. Greetings of peace your way from Brahma Kumaris, Silicon Valley. We are on a 31-day live meditation series to become a better version of ourselves, where we are trying to showcase that within each of us lies the potential to become a beautiful butterfly, and the seed of which is becoming aware of our true self. And that is what we started this series with. We also now know how to hold on to our self esteem and inspire others through our thoughts and personality, delving deeper into how to be a better version during any body issues or being at work. And so we will continue the same effort and discuss more on becoming a better version of ourselves at home. To get started with that, before we get started with that, let's sit down and relax ourselves and go on a short meditation trip in order to relax our body and mind. Om Shanti. Sit back and relax. Take a few deep breaths. And forget everything about your work, about your family, about your friends, all the to-do lists going on in the mind. Just tell your mind that this is a few minutes of time I have set aside for my own progress. Since morning, I have been running around to fulfill the responsibilities associated with my roles. But I am something very different from that. I am a soul. So this is the time to pay attention to myself. And if your mind wanders, talk to it one more time. It will definitely listen to what you say. And now, imagine yourself in the middle of a lush green forest. All around, there are just trees, the green trees and the green grass. appreciate the tranquility and the serenity of this forest. And I breathe in fresh air of peace. The color of the trees is so soothing to my eye. And now I lay down on the ground and take a few more deep breaths. With every breath that I take in, I realize how this is filling me with a sensation of deep calm and peace. And I visualize that all the negativities, all the negative energies, all the negative thoughts that I have been carrying inside of me since morning are draining into the ground. The earth is absorbing it all. All the toxic is being released. And at the same time, I visualize the rays of the sun are falling on my body and filling me, every cell of my body, with positive vibrations. I'm enjoying this beautiful experience. I soak in the rays of the sun and release all the toxins in the earth. And I reaffirm to myself, I am a soul who is eternally pure, blissful, is far away from hatred, only knows how to exchange love, only knows how to spread peace. I'm a child of God, the Supreme Being, the highest on high. I take a few moments to observe this process because never before I realized that it's so easy to give up all the negative energy instead of holding it in my mind. And in a few moments, whenever I'm ready, I come back to this world, knowing that I can go back to this beautiful experience whenever I want. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Welcome back. So today we are going to talk about a life of discipline. So discipline is always attached to work-like environment. But the fact is that discipline is a very important part and parcel of one's entire life, whether we realize it or not, be that at work or home. Especially these days when most of us are working from home, most of us are also lacking discipline in life. We lack the motivation to get out of our bed. And as there is no commute involved, we snooze the alarm n number of times and finally get up when we are either super late to join a meeting or when there are tons of emails in our inbox. I agree that the word discipline is not the one that excites anyone. People usually take a step back because they think that it's really hard to spend a life with discipline, as discipline always comes across as doing this or not doing that. But no, discipline actually means to regulate ourselves. Discipline means that we set up timings of our life and be regular with that. If a person is undisciplined, that means that they will do whatever they want, whenever they want. So they are actually missing the importance of doing things at right time and losing the motivation or the purpose of life. In India, there is this concept called muhurat, where they believe that there are fixed timings to perform certain tasks. And that is just because it is considered to be auspicious to perform those activities during that time. For example, 3 to 6 a.m. is considered an auspicious time to wake up and connect ourselves to God, the Supreme Being, or the highest authority, to meditate or to pray. So, discipline helps us establish a regular movement of our life and also helps us not to lose our focus and life's purpose. At Brahma Kumaris, we consider time, breath, and thought as super valuable entities. So, if we are following a disciplined life, we are not wasting time, breath, and thought and using it in a profitable and worthwhile way. Discipline of thoughts is also very important because thoughts can either make our life or break our life. And our aim should be to have minimal negative or waste thoughts throughout the day. Also, disciplined life is often associated with a life of sacrifice of sleep, sacrifice of various other things. But sacrifice actually stands for making something sacred or pure. So, with discipline, we are actually making our time, breath, and thought sacred. That means that our whole life is being filled with value and it is being used in an intelligent way. So, we end up becoming wise and we don't have any regrets that we are just wasting our time or energy. And that actually means that if we have an idea, then we actually have the power to see it through completion and get accomplishment out of it. So, discipline coupled with determination attracts success. So, whether there are 10 things or 20 things in my to do list today, if I start my day with the right mindset and follow through with proper discipline, I will have the power to finish all the tasks on time. I will have the time, energy, and motivation to play with my kids, help them with their homework, and spend a nice family time. And what we discussed just now is external discipline, that is, the disciplined life I would want to lead, being aware of my roles in this world. My roles could be a mother, a teacher, an engineer, a daughter, a wife. And being disciplined helps us a great deal in all the roles we perform, and hence, without a doubt, we can become a better version of ourselves. But what really helps us accelerate all of these is spiritual discipline. It is also important to maintain a spiritual discipline because I, as a soul, need a good amount of rest and energy, nourishment, in order to live up to the disciplined life which I have planned for myself. An actual rest for the soul comes from being in the company of the self, that is, being aware of my true self, or in the company of Supreme Soul or God. And hence, to ensure that I am spiritually fit and I'm mentally fit, I also need to add meditation and some kind of intake of positive information into my daily schedule, be it spiritual study or something else which connects me to the Supreme. And once we do this, it is really difficult to not notice the positive shift it brings into my life. The soul starts feeling well rested, energized, and the battery is fully charged to last through the entire day. At Brahma Kumaris, we all get up at 4 a.m. to practice meditation, taking power from the Supreme for the entire day, and then get together at 7 a.m. for spiritual study and remain connected to God the entire day while doing any household chores or any office work, and also end the day with some time of meditation where we hand over all the burdens and difficulties or problems of the day, if there were any, to God and become light and peaceful before going to bed. So, I would highly encourage you all to set up a schedule today and start taking charge of how your life flows. Start regulating your life. Don't let it slip away. Because leading a life with discipline fills us with bliss and joy throughout the day and also inspires others which are next to us, be it family members, be it roommates, or co workers. So let's practice all of this, how we can maintain and stick to a disciplined schedule for the roles and myself, and let's see how God's powers can help us with that. Om Shanti. I sit back in a comfortable position and arrive in a relaxed state. I'm going to look at my entire day. How do I spend my day? What is the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning? Do I check my phone? Or thank God for another beautiful day in this life? What is my state of mind when I sit for work? Do I have enough time and energy to be with my kids, to help my spouse, and to be with my parents? Or am I always frustrated and irritated with them because they have not finished their homework and all they want to do is play? Do I have enough time to sit with my family for a nice dinner? And after all of this, do I have time for myself? And at the end of the day, I resolve that tomorrow is going to be different. I'm going to finish all my pending tasks tomorrow. But is tomorrow any different? Or my every day is going just the same? Am I making good use of my time or not? If the answer to any of these questions was negative, then there is a need for me to set up a proper schedule for myself and include discipline in my life. Take a moment now and explore this question. Who am I? Who am I without all these relationships and without all the possessions? I am an eternal, luminous point of light. I ask myself another question. Where do I come from? And as I ask myself this question, with the power of my mind, I see in front of me a luminous space of light which is filled with spiritual energy. It is very different from the chaos of this world. That is my home. I come from there. I'm on a journey now, a journey to this disturbed planet. And on this journey, I want to do everything in a perfect manner. I understand that every thought, breath, and second that I have been provided with is a gift, super valuable for me, and hence I decide to use it in a worthwhile way. I do not want to waste even a single ounce of it. So I make a determined promise to myself to stick to my daily routine. I decide to adopt discipline into my life. I ask myself another question. Who is my eternal parent and my guide on this journey? And I become aware of a beautiful light approaching my way. There is love, affection, and warmth in this light. I connect to this divine source and let the loving rays fall over me and fill me with a sense of belongingness. I realize that these experiences bring me a sense of pure joy and freedom. So I commit to a spiritual practice as well, as it helps me, making it easier to discipline myself as per my roles are concerned. And I resolve to not listen to the devil inside of me when it tries to deviate me from leading a disciplined life. Because a life of discipline brings me supreme bliss and freedom and helps me becoming a better version of myself. Om Shanti. I'm hoping this was beneficial for you. Last but not the least, I would like to leave you with a thought which summarizes all of that we discussed just now. Self-discipline is self-control, and with discipline, you take charge of yourself. So that's all I have for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care and have a peaceful night and a blissful day tomorrow. Om Shanti.